Hari Om, dear students. Welcome to our online session. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the third part of the lesson, The Little Girl. So we have already finished two parts in which we have discussed about Kezia and her fear of her father. Actually, she was afraid of her father somehow, and she couldn't even speak to her father properly. And the moment she goes near to her father, she used to just imagine her father as a giant. Big hands, big mouth, and big tongue. In this way, she used to just imagine her father as a giant. And when her grandmother had given her an idea of giving a birthday gift to father, somehow she prepared a cushion, but the mistake what she had done was she stuffed the cushion with the important papers of her father, because of which she got punished from her father. So the previous part we have ended with the father punishing the child with a cane on her little palm hand, isn't it? And she was crying a lot, and her grandmother was trying to console her and make her sleep, and also told her that by next day morning everything will be normal. So with this we have ended the previous part, isn't it, children? Hope you have recollected the previous parts of the lesson. Okay. So now let us start this third part, and this is the last part of the lesson. Hope you will follow it. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. So here Kezia, from her house fence, she had seen her neighbors. So the McDonalds were their neighbors. Kezia's neighbors were McDonalds, and they had 5 children. How many children? 5 children. And through the gap of the fence, you can see in the picture here, the girl is looking through the gap of the fence here. So when she looked at the gap of the fence, she had seen that all the children were playing tag in the evening. So what do you mean by tag here? It's a children game of catching one another. Like one child will be catching all the other children. So it is such kind of a game. So all the children in the evening were playing tag, and the father with the baby mom on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower bed, shaking with laughter. So if you see in the picture here, the father was having just a baby. He is having a baby on his shoulder. You can see on his shoulder a small baby, and also 2 girls holding his coat pockets. See, 2 girls were hanging on his coat pockets, and other children were just moving round and round around this father, and they were playing and they're laughing loudly. And once she saw the boys turn the nose on him, he tried to catch them laughing all the time. So she was so surprised to see all of them playing with their father, and also she had seen that the boys turn host, in the sense the person who has to catch all the children. So here one child, first when he caught his father, now his father has to catch all the other. So when it was his turn, when it was father's turn, he tried to catch all the other children, like all the 5 children, with a very laughing, very happily he was laughing, and he was playing with the children. And it was totally different for her, because in her home it wasn't happening, isn't it? And when she had seen that father was playing with all the 5 children, she was so surprised to see that. Then it was She decided they were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly one day, mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. So when she had seen that incident, that McDonald family where father was playing with the five kids, she thought that there are different kinds of fathers, not like all fathers are of my own fathers. There are different kinds of fathers. And also she, when she was thinking all that, suddenly what had happened is one day her mother became very ill, that her mother and as well as grandmother, both of them went to hospital, and the little girl was left all alone in the house with Alice, the cook. So nobody was there at home, only she and the cook were there because her mother was not feeling well. Both grandmother and mother went to hospital, and the little girl, our Kezia, was all alone at home with the cook. Okay, no father is not there, mother is not there, and grandmother also not there. That was all right in the daytime, but while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. So throughout day, everything was fine. During the daytime, she didn't feel any scary or fear of anything, and she was fine in the daytime. But during night, when this cook Alice, when she was putting Kezia onto bed to go to sleep, she started fearing a lot. She was suddenly afraid. This generally happens, children, because when your parents are away, throughout the day somehow you will manage. But at night, to be alone, you will definitely be scared, isn't it? So in the same way here, when Kezia's mother was not feeling well, when she was hospitalized, grandmother also went along with the mother, and this Kezia was all alone at home with the cook. During the daytime, somehow she managed, but at night she was scary a lot. She was feared a lot. And when this Alice was making her to sleep on her bed, she was questioning Alice. What will I do if I have a nightmare? What should I do if I have a nightmare? Nightmare in the sense, a dream, a dreadful dream which makes us very scary. So she's asking, what should I do if I get a nightmare, if I have a nightmare? And if I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed, I can't stay in the dark, it all gets whispery. So she was saying that, Kezia was saying that I often get nightmares, that kind of scary dreams I do get at night, and at that time, Granny, she will take me to her bed, and definitely I can't stay alone in the darkness because everything will be whispery. Like no, some people were speaking and they were talking to one another. In that way, I feel so I can't sleep alone. She was saying to Alice, the cook here. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, putting off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your papa. So, what did Alice say here? She said, you just go to sleep, close your eyes and sleep. Nothing will be wrong. Just relax and go to sleep, she said. And also she removed all the socks. She pulled off all the socks and she made her sleep, and also she said that not to wake her father up by screaming. So you don't scream and wake your father. You just have a proper sleep, she said. Okay? But the same old nightmare came. But when she slept, the same nightmare what she used to get, she got it. What is that nightmare? The butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. So she got the same nightmare what she used to get earlier, like a butcher, a man with a knife and rope in her sorry, in his hands, and he was coming nearer and nearer to the girl, and he was smiling a dreadful smile, like smiling very crookedly, very what do we call, cruelly. And when he was smiling like that, no, she's trying to escape in the sleep, but she couldn't move, and she could only just stand there and cry. And that sleep, in the nightmare itself, she was crying, "Grandma, grandma," in this way. And immediately she woke up. She woke up and she was almost shivering, and she had seen her father beside her bed. When she started shouting like that, she had seen her father with a candle in his hand, and he asked, "What's the matter?" he said. The father came to her bed with a candle in his hand and asked, "What's the matter? Why are you crying, or why are you screaming?" Okay. When the girl was shouting a lot in the dreams, like "Grandma, grandma," when she was calling, immediately the father came with a candle in his hand and asked, "What happened?" And immediately the girl said, "Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want granny." In this way, she started shouting and crying, "I want granny. There is a butcher there, and he's having a knife." In this way, she started saying, and immediately her father, he blew out the candle. He bent down and caught up the child in his arms, and he carried her to a big bedroom. From the girl's bedroom to a big bedroom, father had taken the child. And a newspaper was on the bed. A half-smoked cigar was near his reading lamp. So as soon as the girl went to the big bedroom, where she had seen a newspaper on the bed, and as well as a half-smoked cigar was there. So immediately he put away the paper, threw the cigar into the fireplace, then carefully tucked up the child. So what did he do? Immediately he took off that newspaper from the bed, and then he just took off that half smoked cigar, and he threw it into the fireplace, and he tucked up in the chain. Tucked up in the sense, here you can see he made the girl to sleep on the bed and covered with a blanket. See, I have given the meaning here. And then when this girl was tucked up in the chair, she nicely laid on the bed. He laid down beside her, and when she was sleeping on the bed, her father also slept beside her. Half asleep still with a butcher's smile all about her, it seemed, she crept close to him, snuggled her head under him, held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. So the moment she slept beside her father, still she was asleep. That means she couldn't sleep properly because of the butcher's crooked and cruel smile. And immediately she crept close to him. That means she went very close to the father, and then she snuggled her head under his arm. She kept her what do we call, head under the on the shoulder of this person. You can see in the picture here how the girl is sleeping on the shoulder of the father. So in this way she went close to father, and she kept her head on the arm of his shoulder, and held tightly to his shirt. She just caught the shirt very tightly, and then she slept. And when she just caught the shirt very tightly, and when she was sleeping on the shoulder, then she was not at all afraid of the dark. Then the dark did not matter. That means she was not afraid of the dark. And then slowly she was getting into sleep, and at that time father said, "Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm," said father. So when the girl was coming closer to father and sleeping on the shoulder of father, the girl said that you can rub your legs against, you can rub your feet against my legs, so that some warm will be coming and you can sleep. So in this way, the girl slept with the father happily. Being very tired, father slept earlier than the child. You see here, tired out, he slept before the little girl. As I have already told you that Kejia's mother was not feeling well and she was hospitalized, and even here grandmother was there in the hospital. He was all the way very tired and he slept before the little girl. And now as she was awake and she was very close to her father, she was having a funny feeling. A funny feeling came over her. For a father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. So here the girl was saying, "Where is our father? He's so nice, and nobody is there to look after him." He was harder than grandmother, but it was nice hardness, she was thinking. So grandmother was also hard, but she is very lovable. In the same way, here my father was also harder, in fact harder than the grandmother. That means he speaks very hardly, he doesn't show his love, but that hardness is nice hardness, she felt. Previously, the girl was afraid of the father, isn't it? She was not even daring to speak. In case if she has to speak, she used to shudder. She couldn't even speak properly. But now she's feeling that his hardness was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. So here she had seen Mr. McDonald, isn't it? Her own neighbor who was playing with his 5 children, and she felt that the fathers are of different kinds, isn't it? And now she has understood that as his father had to work a lot and he was very tired, and it is really very tiresome for him to be like a Mr. McDonald, as his father was very busy at work and as well as he was too tired, he can't be like a Mr. McDonald. Finally, she has understood the situation of the father. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. So she was thinking within herself and she was thinking why father had scolded me, because I had torn up all his beautiful writing, whatever the speech he had prepared, I had torn it. Because of that, she he had scolded me in this way. She was thinking and she stirred suddenly. That means she moved suddenly and she was talking to herself. Yes, she was nodding her head. Yes, yes, I have torn his papers. He scolded me, or else my father is very good. In that way, she is thinking within herself and she was sighing. And suddenly she stirred in the sense moved. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. See, the moment the girl stirred in the sense, moved, father immediately asked, What's the matter, child? And the dream. Have you got any dream? And the dream? In that way, father started asking the little girl. And the little girl said, oh, yes. And she was talking within herself that, yes, my head's on your heart. My head is on your heart, Father, and now I can hear it going. That means I can hear your heart beating. What a big heart you have got, dear Father. In this way, the child became fearless of Father. Previously, she was afraid of her father, but now she loves her father a lot and she doesn't have any kind of a fear towards her father. Okay, children? Yes. Finally, In the beginning of the story, Kezia was totally afraid of father. She couldn't even speak properly and she used to stutter a lot. And somehow, with the idea of grandmother, she tried to prepare a birthday gift to father, that is making of that cushion. And unknowingly, she had torn the important papers of the father and she stuffed that cushion, for which she was beaten up by the father. And she thought that fathers are really very cruel and she hated her father a lot. But later, when she had seen Mr. McDonald playing with his 5 kids, she thought that fathers are of different kind, but my father is very hard. But suddenly one day her mother was so ill that she was hospitalized, and even grandmother was at hospital, and she was all alone at home with the cook. During the day, somehow she managed it, but at night it was too scary, and she used to get nightmares. And in the nightmare, when she was shouting, immediately her father came and took her to his bedroom, where she started sleeping along with him by holding him very tightly, just very close to him, sleeping on the shoulder and catching hold of his shirt. She has forgotten all the fear of nightmares, and as well as she was thinking of herself that her own father was very kind-hearted man, but because of his hard work and he was too tired, he couldn't show his love to the daughter as here Mr. McDonald's were doing. Somehow, though he was hard, she was feeling that that was nice hardness. In that way, her opinion of her father was totally changed. In the beginning of the story, her opinion was very different when compared to the opinion in the end. So in this way, children, you too might have faced such a situation. When you are young, you might be thinking that your parents are very hard to you, but when you grow up, you will definitely understand the real love of your parents. So never misunderstand your parents. Okay, children? Yeah. Hope you have understood this lesson, children. If you have any doubts, please call us so that we will clarify your doubts. Hari Om. Thank you.